She's already shown you 3 times. You just didn't know what you were looking at. That's the part no one talks about, not the signals themselves, not the science behind them, but the fact that most men over 50 have already been shown interest, real interest from a real woman, and walked away thinking it was nothing. Just a nice conversation, just someone being friendly, just coincidence. It wasn't coincidence. Women after 50 don't flirt the way they did at 25. They're not performing, they're not trying to impress you. They've lived enough life to know that chasing doesn't work, that loud signals get ignored or misread, and that if a man isn't paying attention, he probably isn't worth the effort anyway. So they go quiet with it, subtle, almost invisible. And the man who's still waiting for something obvious, something unmistakable, something from a movie, he misses it completely. Today, I want to walk you through what those signals actually look like after 50. Not the big ones, the small ones, the ones that were right in front of you. Let's start with something you've probably never thought of as a signal at all. She remembers something small you said, not something major, not your job or your hometown. Something tiny. You mentioned offhand that you hate cilantro. 2 weeks later, she brings it up. Or you said you used to play guitar. She asks if you still do. This isn't small talk. Small talk doesn't require memory. She stored what you said because she was paying attention, and she was paying attention because she cares. Women don't go out of their way to remember small details about people they don't think about. If a woman recalls something minor you said in passing and brings it back up later, she's been thinking about you in the time between. That's not politeness. That's interest, quiet and real. The second signal is harder to catch, but just as clear. She creates a reason to see you again before the current conversation is even over. It sounds something like this. You're talking at a community event, a dinner party, a bookstore, anywhere. The conversation is winding down. And then almost casually, she says something like, there's actually a good farmer's market near here on Saturdays. Or there's a documentary about that coming out soon. I keep meaning to see it. She's not just making conversation. She's leaving a door open and watching to see if you walk through it. She's giving you a soft invitation without having to expose herself to rejection. If you respond with genuine interest and pick up the thread, she'll follow. If you just nod and say, "Oh yeah, that sounds fun," and walk away, the door closes quietly behind you. This is one of the signals men miss most. They think she's just talking. She's actually asking. The third one takes some honesty to recognize. She finds a way to stand near you when she doesn't have to. Rooms have people in them, people spread out. That's natural. But if you notice that a woman seems to end up close to you more than once at the buffet table near the window beside you when a group moves, it isn't always random. Women are very aware of physical space. They know exactly how close they're standing to someone. If she keeps ending up near you, she wants to be near you. She's letting proximity do what words can't yet. Some men feel this and overthink it. They tell themselves they're imagining things, that they're too old for a woman to want to be close to them, that it's vanity to read into it. That self-doubt is what kills the moment. Trust what you feel in the room, not what your insecurities are whispering. Here's one that's more emotional and more revealing. She shares something personal she didn't have to share. Not trauma, not a life story, just something real. A frustration she's dealing with, a hope she has, a place she's always wanted to visit. Women don't hand those things to strangers, they hand them to people they feel safe with, people they want to know better. When she starts telling you something that matters to her, she's not making conversation. She's testing trust. She's opening a small window and seeing if you look through it with care, or close it by being careless. The right response isn't advice, it's presence. Listen, ask one real question, let her feel heard. That's it. That's what she's looking for. Now here's the signal. Most men think is just friendliness. She asks for your opinion, not about something general, about something that involves her. What do you think of this neighborhood? Do you think this is a good idea? Would you read a book like this? She's inviting your perspective into her world. She wants to know how you think. She wants to see if your mind is somewhere she'd want to spend time. Opinion questions aren't small. They're her way of saying, I'm curious about you. I want to understand how you see things. Men who answer half-heartedly or deflect lose something here. The better move is to answer honestly with some thought and then turn it back to her. What made you ask that? What do you think? That's a conversation. And conversation is where attraction actually lives. There's one more signal, and this one is the most overlooked of all. She doesn't rush the goodbye. When someone wants to leave a conversation, they leave it. The ending gets short, the words thin out, the body turns toward the door. But when a woman is interested, goodbyes stretch. She'll say she has to go and then keep talking. She'll reach for her coat and then ask one more question. She'll say, well, it was really nice to meet you, and then not move. She's giving you time. She's hoping you use it. She's waiting to see if you're going to do something with this moment before it ends. This is where most men over 50 freeze. They don't want to seem too eager. They don't want to presume. They've been told so many times not to come on too strong that they've swung all the way into not coming on at all. And she walks away wondering why you seemed interested but didn't do anything. You walk away telling yourself she was probably just being friendly. You were both wrong about each other. Here's the thing about attraction after 50 that most videos won't tell you. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't show up loud. It's careful, measured. It's a woman who's been through enough to know that she's not handing her heart to someone who isn't paying attention. She's watching to see how you handle subtlety, because how you handle subtlety is how you handle her. So the next time there's a woman in your orbit who remembers what you said, who finds reasons to stay near you, who stretches a goodbye, who asks your opinion, who shares something small and real, don't talk yourself out of what you're sensing. Don't tell yourself you're imagining it or being arrogant for thinking she might be interested. Pay attention, respond with warmth. Give the moment something to grow into. You don't need to chase you never did. You just need to be awake enough to recognize when something real is standing right in front of you. If this opened your eyes, leave a comment below and tell me which signal you've been missing, and subscribe if you want more of this kind of honest conversation.